Hey guys, it's Mars. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. Today we're going to be opening up the Abominable box, and when I tell you this is heavy, it is heavy. There has to be at least 2 hardcovers in here or something. It is really heavy. It has been opened by Customs already. I should probably just start asking them to do the unboxings. I have recently finished these 2 books, so I'm going to be reviewing these in my next video. I have a lot to say. This one, not what I was expecting, and this one, wow. I think it's going to be maybe this is going to be my next favorite after No One Gets Out Alive. Maybe. I'm also going to be doing my very first indie horror book picks from the submissions that I got from authors. I have a lot. So I was gonna do the video like every couple months, but because there's so many submissions, I might be able to do one every month, and I was thinking about keeping it pretty nice and easy, like 4 books a video. So it's gonna be really fun. There's some really cool things that came in, so I'm very excited to share them with you guys and to expose you to some unknown, underground, independent authors. I've always loved kind of finding out about things that maybe weren't too popular yet or not really well known. It's just like when you discover a band that maybe not everybody knows about. It's really exciting, you know, you feel like you're part of something a little bit because you're just in the beginning of this author or artist's career, and you can follow them if you choose to. So it's really cool. So I will be choosing the books based on like what I think you guys will like, what I will like, basically anything that just sounds intriguing. Hopefully it's cool. So anyway, let's get to this unboxing because, as you know, I cannot wait. Okay, so we have a ton of tape on here, so I had to actually get my X-Acto knife and bust this out. Okay. Alright, let's see. It looks like it's okay. The drinks were inspected. This is our drinks that we always get with this box. 2 teas from Off Black, a coffee bag from Gojo, and a cappuccino and hot chocolate. We have the used book. This is one of the really nice features of this box, which is that we always get a used book. That means that everybody who has subscribed to this box gets a different one, so it's very exciting to know which one you got. I always save this for last, so let's put this to the side for now. Mr. Filbert's really interesting snacks. Cafe espresso, coffee, and chocolate nut mix. I'm into this. I love chocolate covered coffees. It smells a little caramelly. You can kind of smell the coffee in there. It's very good. The chocolate is super thick. And there's some almonds and regular peanuts. You see, this is how they look in the bag. And the coffee and the chocolate covered beans go really well with the savoriness of the peanut. Awesome. I see a pen, Miskatonic University in 1928. That sounds familiar to me, but I will admit I don't know what it is, but it's really cool. The design is awesome. I really miss getting a pen. It's like kind of like one of my favorite things in the box, I think, is a pen, because they just choose like really interesting ones. So we'll have to see on the spoiler card what this is. And I see here 2 bookmarks. So the way that this subscription book box works is you sign up for 2 different types of boxes. So you can do the full guts, which is this one, or you can do a box where you just get the books only. So no treats, no bookmarks, none of that. It is a little cheaper, so if you're on a budget, it might help. In the full guts, we always get the drinks, a treat of some sort, a pin. Sometimes it's a sticker, sometimes it's something else. 2 bookmarks, a new horror release, and a used book, and also something extra. So sometimes it's a magazine, sometimes it's a whole nother book, sometimes it's a novella, sometimes it's an ebook. So with the bookmarks, we always get this larger bookmark that has a microfiction on the back. And then we get a premium bookmark that usually has a different theme every single month. And this one looks like it's probably based off of Horror Store. It says, "We never stop, we never sleep, and now we're in your home. Wherever you go, Orsk will be there, always. That's the Orsk guarantee. Our website and mobile app provide a one-on-one experience that allows Orsk to follow you everywhere. Spend hours or days immersing yourself in our vast digital presence. It's like entering another world. Got a question? Just Orsk." So maybe it's sort of like a riff off of Horror Store. I'm not sure. That's pretty cute though. Let's go ahead and read the microfiction for Bookmarks 7 Series 4.
Mike slid the tumbler across the bar, amber liquid sloshing against the sides as it came to a stop in front of the stranger. "On the house, friend," Mike said. The stranger nodded. His black hat and duster stayed on when he came in, because he never stayed long. One of the regulars, a disheveled man with weary eyes, gestured from the other side of the bar. "Yes, George, coming up." Mike drafted one and placed it in front of him. "Enjoy. Drink it quickly." George eyed Mike with suspicion. Then he began to cough violently from deep in his chest. "Just a tickle," he said, smiling. Small speckles of blood dotted his lips. The stranger stood up and approached George, before leaning in and whispering something into his ear. George's face dropped, and they both left without a word. Mike looked at the untouched pint on the bar. George would be dead by morning, his heart ruptured and his face frozen, in a scream. Just like everyone else, the stranger escorted from the bar. Mike poured out the Guinness and announced, "Last call. He would close early tonight."
Whenever I hear the word duster or, read it or something, I cannot help but think of like It's Always Sunny when Dennis and Mac are like fighting over the duster.
"Why are you wearing the duster with no shirt?"
Okay, so I see on the top there is a little card here, and I'm going to assume this is a signed plate. This is usually what it looks like, so it must be something special for this month. Not sure what the signature says. Ah, I see. Oh, okay. So there is another book on top, but the book that is corresponding with the plate is Sundial by Catriona Ward. That's awesome. I was going to get this in my book haul, but I held back just because it was a little expensive at the time, so I didn't want to grab it. If you remember, Catriona Ward also wrote Needless Street, the last house on Needless Street, which I loved. I thought was a fantastic story. It was so creepy, so good. Let's read the inside and see what it says.
"You can't escape the desert. You can't escape Sundial." Rob fears for her daughters, for Kelly, who collects tiny bones and whispers to imaginary friends. For Annie, because she fears what Kelly might do to her. Rob sees a darkness in Kelly, one that reminds her of the family she left behind. She decides to take Kelly back to her childhood home, to Sundial, deep in the Mojave Desert. And there she will have to make a terrible choice. Callie is afraid of her mother. Rob has begun to look at her strangely, to tell her secrets about her past that both disturb and excite her. And Callie is beginning to wonder if only one of them will leave Sundial alive.
So this is exploring a mother and daughter relationship that does not sound very healthy. And it sounds like both of them don't trust each other. So anytime probably that they're trying to communicate, it just becomes a huge mess because both of them are harboring secrets. Both of them have intentions that they're not sharing. So it sounds like it could be pretty exciting to read, just those two juxtapositions in itself. I mean, maybe it's more thriller than horror, but it sounds really, really good. And the last thing that we have in the box, oh, strange. There is no spoiler card. But anyway, we have looks like an anthology here called Terror in the Trench. It looks like this is also a It says here that 100% of the profits from the sales of this particular book will be donated to the Shark Trust in the support to protect and conserve sharks and other oceanic wildlife, which is really awesome. I love sharks. I always get kind of bummed out when people are like, oh, I hate sharks, or they're so scary, or they're gross, or whatever. And I'm just like, Jaws really impacted people's ideas about sharks for a very long time, and it was very detrimental. There were a few names here that I recognize right off the bat. Laurel Hightower, Joshua Marcella, and Andrew Cole, which is very cool. I love Andrew Cole's writing. Just want to check out Andrew Cole's story in here real quick. I want to know what it's called. It's just called Julia. Laurel Hightower's story is called Distress Call, and Joshua Marcella's story is The Angler and the Raven. In the introduction by J. Alexander, it says, "Did you know that while sharks are believed to kill less than 20 humans per year, we, as a species, kill 11,500 sharks per hour?" That just makes me sad. So this is pretty cool. Short stories about the ocean themed, and also trying to help the sharks, which is cool. Okay, let's get to my favorite thing, the used book. I'm a little discombobulated. It's like every time they like undo the box and they put it all back in a different order, it's like, but let's get to this. Okay, so I said it was really heavy and I thought that there would be 2 hardcover books in here, but there was just Sundial, pretty heavy topic maybe that's what made it heavy, I don't know. So the used book always comes wrapped like this with paper and twine and a really lovely wax seal, if you can see it here. All right. Cumbrian Cthulhu, Volume 4. Our 4th anthology of Lovecraftian Lakeland stories by new writers, accompanied by the beautifully grotesque illustrations of Andy Peciorak, includes the final part of the Langdale and Pike trilogy by Richard W. Straw. Here are some of the illustrations. The dog's face. I don't know if you can see it, but they're like these 2 dogs standing on a bunch of dead bodies. And this, I don't know if it's a pug, but it kind of looks like a pug. And he just has this look on his face like, yeah, I killed all these people. This is definitely not my type of thing, like, at all. I think some of the illustrations are pretty cool, but I'm not into cosmic horror. I'm not into Lovecraft, you know, not my thing. So I think I'll probably gift it to somebody who definitely loves these type of stuffs. It is kind of a lot to get 2 anthologies in the box, but this is always the wild card, you know. It's like you never know. It's just gonna, whatever gets in there, gets in there. There's no real rhyme or reason, so here we are. That's kind of the gamble though, and kind of the fun part. I'm really excited to have the copy of Sundial. I was gonna grab it, now I have it. I love when that happens. Terror in the Trench. I think like this is gonna be a really good one for the summer because we're probably gonna be going to the Baltic Sea again. It'll be really immersive to be reading this and, you know, being at the beach or something, so that's gonna be fun. Actually, let me just look up what this Miskatonic thing is. Okay, so this is a H.P. Lovecraft reference to the university, which was located in Arkham, in a fictional town in Essex County, Mass. Okay, so that makes sense, and kind of funny that I got this, like they totally go together, they look like they were on purpose. So we don't have a spoiler card. Okay, so I had just shut everything down and blew out all of the candles and was getting ready to just like, you know, break stuff down. And then I saw that on the bookmark it says scan for digital spoiler card. I guess I just never really look at the front of this card that deeply because it's always the same, but I did look it up. So now how it works is you scan it and it brings up the spoiler card for you. I do think they need to reformat this for mobile viewing though. because it is a little hard to read. But now we have some information about the stuff. So one of my main questions were about this bookmark. It looked like it was inspired by Horror Store. And it says, and yes, it just says Horror Store premium bookmark. Nothing too much extra on this, just that it has the book plate. Doesn't say anything that we haven't talked about. The name of this microfiction is Last Call by Owen Morgan. And yeah, that's about it. Okay. But I really like this idea of the digital spoiler card. I think, you know, it saves resources and they can, you know, allot that to other stuff. It's also better for the environment. So that's a really good thing. I like that. So that was the unboxing for the April Abominable box. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Please like and comment if this video was fun for you or, you know, it's useful for you in some way. I'd appreciate that. And if you would like more videos from me, please subscribe. Other than that, please take care of yourselves, look out for another, and I will talk to you next time.